Welcome back to Chats with Chizzie. Look, some of y'all know me formerly as Chizzie XOXO. Well, your girl rebranded and we're here to stay. Okay, this time, all right. I can't believe this, but I'm starting a podcast. And some of y'all have already probably seen like my channel art, which is so cool. Shout out to the person who created it. You're awesome. And shout out to my brother for literally creating the rough sketch of Chats with Chizzie. He saw my vision very early on. I'm actually going to insert a clip of what the original kind of like drawing looked like. So I had like a vision in mind of what I wanted. And so I asked my brother to sketch it out. And he did after like much reluctance. But like I finally found someone to basically create my cover art, which was really, really cool. And so it ended up being, ta-da! And so that's really, really cool and really awesome because my vision has come to life. Chats with Chizzie is something that I've been talking about for a couple months now. Like I didn't really know what I was gonna call it, but I knew that I wanted to start a podcast, and not just because like okay, podcast hype is on, but pretty much my senior year of college I was hanging out with a lot of creatives, which was really, really cool because I was able to just like kind of like we were able to feed off of each other, which was really nice. And just seeing creatives like work in their art made me kind of inspired. And I remembered how I used to create YouTube videos and how much I love content creation, editing, and like all that fun cool jazz. And it just made me really want to jump back in the YouTube game. And I know that things have transformed like a ton, which is insane, but now that I'm kind of like back in the biz, it's so cool. And so yes, welcome to season 1, episode 1 of Chats with Chizzie. My name is Chizzie. I'm glad to have you here, and I hope you're here to stay. So we have a lot of things to talk about, especially in this first episode. But first, I want to give a little bit of an introduction for those who may or may not know me. So my name is Chizzie, and I am a Texas native. I'm a recent graduate from Texas State University. Go Bobcats! Woo! I did graduate summa cum laude with a bachelor's of arts in political science. So she's smart, buff, and delicious. It's giving. No, but I'm so excited and so blessed that God was able to take me as far as he did, which is really, really cool. And so like now in this next chapter of life, my hopes are to like literally just go to grad school, aka law school. Law school is the specific grad school I want to attend. And so my hopes are to become a lawyer, because literally 5% of lawyers are black and only 2.5% are black women, which is an insane statistic. And so I really want to help make that change and make some shake. Who's with me? Make some shake. Make some shake. Hey. Anyways, so you're going to see that as I get more comfortable on camera and as I just talk to you guys more and things of that nature, you're going to see like my lingo and all these little quirky things. And I hate the word quirky because it's kind of cringy, but like I do have a lot of just like quirky language I like to use often and like things like that. And that's just how I am. And I hope you guys enjoy it. If not, find another podcast because I don't care. So yeah, some things about me. I love to sing. I'm a born again believer in Jesus Christ. So you're gonna hear me talk about my faith a lot on this channel. I love Jesus so much, and my goal ultimately is to expand his kingdom and just to make his name known, literally. And so love Jesus, love me some Jesus. What else? I obviously love content creation because I'm restarting this podcast. Love anything related to music. I'm a huge music head, and not just like a genre or two. Like I love all kinds of music, even country. No, because some people really like to play country, but country is one of the more delicious. If you really the girls that get it, okay? Because I don't even need to explain. Country is good. Some of y'all be stuck in your little box and you don't want to step outside of it, but I'm here to tell you, country is delicious, okay? So I love me country. I love song suggestions. So if you have any song suggestions, literally put them down in the comments. Like I will listen because I love finding new music. Let's see, my top 3 artists off the bat: Tori Kelly, Yeba. Third artist. I feel like third. My issue with that is like I feel like if I just say like these 3 artists and it's kind of final. But I love so many artists out there, and like my music taste like literally changes depending on the season and the year and the vibes. And so yeah. There's that. And so that kind of leads me actually into our song segment, our 3 song segment. I'm still trying to come up with a name for it, but for now I'm just gonna call it the 3 song segment because I can do that and I have rights. Yeah. Okay, so so I'm actually gonna call it, I just decided a name literally just right now, like on the spot. And I have here with me, I'm gonna have this literally every podcast, but my handy dandy laptop. And so my laptop is gonna be like my little sidekick throughout this whole podcast thing because I'm gonna use it to like look at images, which you're gonna see, and stuff like that. I'm gonna call it a songs of the week, I guess, until I find like a better kind of like catchy title, I guess, or this just actually works. It doesn't need to be like super complicated. But yeah. Song number 1 in songs of the week is Squeeze Me by Lil Hero and Xert. And so I'm going to insert a clip of what the song looks like. But I'm telling you right now, guys, this song is literally one of the best. Like, Little Hero is like, has like Pink Pantheress vibes, and I'm a huge Pink Pantheress fan. Okay, so I love me some Pink Pantheress, and Squeeze Me is just like, it's such a vibe, bro. And I don't know if YouTube is gonna allow me to like put in clips of like music, but if I can do that, like I'll do that. Okay, song number 2 in songs of the week is Big Flirt. The girls that get it, and the girls that don't. Again, it's another song by Lil Hero. Look, big jerk, big flirt. Look, you need to listen to it for yourself. Y'all, I'm telling you, this girl has Pink Panthers vibes. She's actually very much low-key, like, has just started her music thing, like, is now kind of garnering some traction, but she's not, like, huge by any means, and so I'm telling y'all need to check out Big Flirt. Yeah. So, Big Jerk, Big Flirt, or is it Big Flirt, Big Jerk? Anyways, the song is a vibe and a bop, so listen to it. Song number 3 is Lonely by Mac Aries. Look, I've kind of known about Mac Aries for a while, but like, this song was put on to me by like one of my best friends, and when he played this, I was like, no, this is a vibe. She said, don't leave me sitting here alone. So this song is like such a vibe, and I feel like it's very scrumptious for me personally, because it's like, I don't know, like right now it's just like I'm kind of like in that weird phase where I'm like trying to figure out like my dating life, and I'm like, like, okay, don't leave me here alone, like come over, not come over actually, don't do that, but like, come on, kind of thing, the vibes. Anyways, those are my songs of the week. You guys should check them out. They're very, very delicious, very, very yummy. And if you have any song recommendations, please put them down in the comments below. Your girl loves music, so yeah, that's the tea. All right, next up, we're going to be talking about post-grad life. How is that looking for Chats with Chizzie? So I graduated back in May, and immediately I moved back home with my parents because my senior year, I was an RA. And so, like, obviously, like, when you're not working for them, you can't stay on campus. And, like, I didn't want to stay on campus anymore. Like, I'm graduated at this point. So I did move back home to Dallas. And pretty much I've just been chilling. Like, I, as of right now, don't know where I'm going to law school. I'm still waiting to hear back results and stuff like that. And so I initially was this summer trying to get a job, but then I felt like the Lord was kind of calling me to rest in this season. And so initially I was applying to a lot of jobs, and I prayed and I was like, Lord, like, if you think that if you want me to have a job this summer, Lord, make a way, but if not, Lord, close every door. I kept applying, for jobs. No job hit me up, basically. And then I kept seeing things about rest. And so I was like, okay, like, the Lord is calling me to rest in this season. And so I was like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to get a job. I'm just going to chill. And, like, if the Lord really is calling me to rest, like, he'll provide, like, kind of thing. And so, like, things have been really cool, really chill. It's been nice because, my senior year was a lot. Like, I was juggling a lot in the social department, in the job department, in the academics department. Like I was bounced in the spiritual department. I was bouncing a lot. Like, and so like to kind of have that rest finally and to not have to worry about, oh, I need assignments, or oh, I need to register for this class, or oh, I need to, like, no, like I don't even have to go to work right now, like, which is amazing and such a blessing. And so like I'm really glad to be able to just like be in this season of rest and chill and just enjoying my family and enjoying my friends that I haven't seen in, or haven't gotten to hang out consecutively with for like forever, like, but it's also kind of weird because it's like here in Dallas, it's like I've spent the last 4 years of my life largely in San Marcos, Texas. And so like now it's like majority of my friends, a majority of people that go to Texas State University, as far as I'm concerned, come from Houston or El Paso. Not a lot of people come from Dallas, or at least I didn't meet a lot of people that came from Dallas. And so like I don't really have many friends from like my college years that live around me. And so, but I do have like people like my best friend, and like God has been so gracious to like allow me to meet new people, which is really cool and really awesome because I'm able to form new connections, new bonds, and like things like that. But it's just been different because it's like I'm not used to seeing, I'm not, how do I frame this? Like I'm not used to not seeing my college friends often, and like it's just kind of weird. But like that's just takes some getting used to, Also, how is it like living back at home with my parents? Because as of right now I don't have an apartment because law school is kind of like up in the air, question mark. And honestly, so far it hasn't been bad. I kind of had to like set the boundaries early on and like let my parents know like I'm an adult now. Like I can't believe I'm saying this, but like I'm 22. Like that's so crazy. Like I think the last time I uploaded on YouTube I was like 17, or like maybe, I'm pretty sure I was 17. But like I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm 22. Like I'm an adult. Like if I wanted to like go mortgage a house right now, is that even the correct terminology? I'm not even sure. I'm sure it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. But if I want to do that, or like, I could like do that and like no one would stop me because I'm an adult. Like, is that so weird? Like, and so like kind of coming back home and having to like let my parents know like, yeah, like me being out at 10 p.m. might be weird to you, but like when I was back in college, like pretty much on my own, like sometimes I wouldn't come home till like 2 or 3 a.m. or whatever the case may be. And so, like, getting adjusted to that has been kind of weird. But, like, one thing about me is, like, I really do love my family. I love being around them because I feel most, like, free around them. I feel like I can be, like, my actual self around them. Not that I pretend to be who I'm not. But, like, I think for me personally, like, sometimes I feel like I need to put on or, like, always be on when it comes to other people. And with my family, it's like they know me. Like, I'm more chill around them. Like, I don't really have to say much, which is nice. So, like, with my family, like, I just don't speak a lot. And not because I don't, like them, but it's just, like, I feel like I can just be chill, like, So, that's really nice. I kind of, like, struggled with finding a church for a while. But I do feel as God has kind of led me to this specific church back here in Dallas, where my best friend's grandma goes to. And it's been such an amazing experience. And God has even blessed me with a new friend through that, which is really cool. And I'm still, like, trying to find, like, young adult groups, like, young adult Bible studies and stuff like that. So there's that. And then also, like, there is, like, that question of, like, okay, which law school am I going to go to? Am I going to get to go to law school this cycle? And it's like, but for me, like, it hasn't been accompanied with stress or anxiety. Like, I've just been trusting God fully and wholly, which is really nice because I think that's one of the cool things about having a relationship with God is, like, you have peace even when there's uncertainty. And I think that's a thing that not a lot of people have. I think the reason why post-grad depression is so prominent is because, number one, like, you've been in school basically your entire life, and now you're stepping out into the real world, right? And, like, some people acquire jobs, some people go to grad school, this and that. And I think the reason why, and I've seen this a lot, but I think the reason why some people are so keen on going to grad school immediately after, even when they don't really know what they want to do, is because that's safety to them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I think post-grad depression is so prominent because it's like, man, you've been in this institution your entire life, and now you're basically being told like, hey, yeah, go find your own way, with no sort of like guidance, like no official guidance and things like that. And if I'm being honest, I do think that a lot of people find security and safety in school. Like that's a part of their identity, but like I know as a child of God, like that's not my identity, like that's not what I like, that's not who I rest in or what I rest in. And so like that's just, a hot take. Hot take. Oh my gosh. Speaking of hot takes. So one of the cool things I wanted to introduce in my podcast was the concept of hot takes. So basically like each episode I was going to do like at least one hot take. And so that's my hot take of this episode, that I feel like a lot of people find security and comfort and their identity in school. So at least once in each podcast episode, you're going to see me do or have a hot take. And so this is my hot take of the episode. You're welcome. Enjoy that. And also let me know what you think. Do you think that people find a lot of security and comfort and they kind of have their identity in school? Or is it just like, it is what it is, just kind of vibes? Like, let me know what you think down in the comments below. So there's that. So with post-grad life, though, also comes dating. So I'm titling this Dating in the Digital Age, because we gotta talk about this, y'all. Like, it is sick, okay? So I got a lot to say on this. Let me pull the notes. Let me pull the receipts. Because your girl has receipts, okay? So I guess a little background. I have tried dating apps before. I've tried meeting people in person, close friends, like all that in a bag of chips. Well, kinda, but not really, but kinda. Like, I've put my foot out in the water. I've dipped my toes in the water, kind of thing. And I've seen some crazy things out here. I've been on dating apps before, and to me personally, they're not my favorite form of meeting people in real life and over the internet. Hopefully, I hope you guys can pick up on this, but I'm super extroverted. Like, I love meeting people. I love talking to people. It's just like, to me personally, the best way to meet a person, see them like fully and holistically, like see them in action and all that stuff. And I feel like with dating, you get a picture, you get a pretty profile bio, and that's pretty much it. And most of the time you can't even tell like what is the personality of this person, or what are they giving, like, things like that. And like, not only that, but I think dating apps kind of push this like whole physical thing. It's not bad to want to date someone or be with someone who is attractive. I'm not saying that at all, because let me tell you, my husband is going to be delicious and yummy. Don't get it twisted now, child. But I think, like, so often we can be quick to shut people down when they don't meet he needs to be 6'5", dark skin, perfect, nice white teeth, and, strong, rock hard abs, and goes to the gym often. And I mean, sorry. You get the gist, right? Yeah. So I pulled out some archives, not really archives, but this is some of what I've seen just being on the dating apps. I'm not going to show faces. I'm not going to show names, but I'm really going to show to any guys watching, here's what not to do, right? Because I've seen some crazy stuff, and I can attest, I can probably say for other girls too, right? Like, who have been on dating apps, you can see the craziness often. And yeah. So this first screenshot, okay, this is Hinge, right? I'm blurring out the name, I'm blurring out the face, you can't see any of that, but green flags I look for. So if you don't know how Hinge works, or really most dating apps, usually they have like prompts that they put up on the screen for that person to answer, so you can get to know them a little bit more. So this one in specific says green flags I look for. So this is green flags that he looks for. Smart girl who cooperate and can hold a decent conversation. Like, okay, like, cooperate. First of all, why is it in all caps? Like, is everything okay? Like, why is it in all caps? And why are you strongly emphasizing cooperate? Like, what happens if she doesn't cooperate? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, And it's just like, it was giving off like weird energy, and I was like, I don't know about that, show. But and can hold a decent conversation. I mean, like, if that's his personal green flag to look for, I guess. I think with most people, you're gonna be able to hold a decent conversation if they're even relatively interested. So I don't know if that's the best green flag to look for in someone, but that's his. But yeah, like, cooperate just was like, that was just kind of weird. Like, why? Okay, so this next one, I found to be very, very, very interesting. So this guy in particular says, I want someone who, woman of God, and doesn't live for the world. First of all, I'm a huge grammar Nazi. I'm just gonna say it. So grammatical errors really just kind of like, already I'm like, and it's like, just flow with the prompt. I want someone who, woman of God, and doesn't live for the world. Like, cool, but like, just answer it properly. Like, I want someone who is a woman of God, right? Like, any grammar Nazis out there? Like, you get what I mean? So I'm a woman of God, right? Like, so I'm over here like, okay, like, you want a woman of God, doesn't live for the world. Like, that's me, that's me, that's me. And he's fine too. I know y'all can't see his face, but he's very, very fine, right? But then yeah. So you can see in this one, it's like, he's over here, maybe got a bottle of 1942, and he got the middle finger up. Like, what? Baby, what you want? One or the other. You can't have both. Like, so I'm a little confused because I'm like, I thought you said you wanted a woman of God who doesn't live for the world. And then you turn around. This is my ring finger. Don't get it twisted. With a bottle of whatever. That looked like some type of Spanish tequila or something like that. I don't know. But I'm like, and not the box of, I don't know if y'all can see that, but he got a box of Little Caesars in the back, which there's nothing wrong with Little Caesars, but I don't know, man. Anyways, that's besides the point. That's besides the point. It's too much going on. So yeah, I was just like, what? Like, it was just a contradiction, right? In my humble opinion. Okay, next one. This one didn't make a lot of sense, and you can see the app is different. It's Bumble. So I don't think you're not gonna see his face. You're not gonna see his name. Same thing. So let's read his bio. If you're here, you might have broke up with you / cheated on you. What? Like, what does that even mean? Let me be your temporary or permanent happiness. Let's see what works for us. Okay. There's a lot wrong with that already. If you're here, you might have broke up with you / cheated on you. I don't know if he meant to say with somebody else but that doesn't make a lot of sense. Then he said, let me be your temporary or permanent happiness. And the energy with that one is like, it's giving a little sus, bestie. Let's not do that. Moving on, right? Like, you kind of, okay, so this is the only part of his thing that kind of, and let me be honest, okay, I'm not a huge hater. Now, okay, if you look at the history of guys that I've liked, majority of them have been shorter guys. Now, ideally in my mind, I'm like, yeah, like, I mean, not that I'm like, oh, he needs to be 6 foot plus, but I would like him to be taller, things like that. But like, he's 5'5", and it's like, okay, the bio's already not making any sense. And I know y'all can't see the pictures, but the pictures weren't even giving. And then, and then it's 5'5", and it's like, okay, baby, you're not helping. Do you want a girlfriend or not? Do you want a boo or not? Do you want a thing or not? Like, I'm trying to help you. Like, no, I'm kidding. But like, it was just too much going on. And I was like, And so, yeah. And, now, with apps like Hinge or Bumble, like, I see more success on Bumble, and success is a very, very lack of better word term I'm using, because I've never been on a date. I've never been asked on a date or anything like that, but I seem to have more conversations with people, talking more on Bumble than Hinge. I don't know. I heard someone say like Hinge isn't really a thing for Black women. Or like Black women just tend to have like worse luck on there. And I kind of resonate with that just because Hinge, like, I don't know, like, it's hard to like, the guys just seem a little bougie on there, and it's a little weird because it's like, I don't get it, But I don't know if people just don't be on that app as much or what, but I have not had as much success with Hinge. I've had conversations, haven't really gone anywhere, but even when it comes to like people liking me, like, usually on Bumble, like, I get a really good amount, but on Hinge, it's like, it doesn't seem like there's any. So I'm like, I don't know if my profile is just not being boosted, because I know I'm not ugly. Let's not get it twisted, all right? Your girl's bad. Hey! Dating in the digital age. So this is a topic that I'm going to continue to talk about as I kind of dive a little deeper on this, because I want to date. Like, I'm 22 now. I'm an adult. Like, I have, financial freedom and things like this, or not even just like financial freedom, but it's like I'm able, like, I can go out and I can, go out for drinks, or just go to a restaurant with some guy, whatever, like, but I'm ready to date and I want to like date someone. I'm not desperate, let's not get it twisted. Your girl's not desperate, because I'm enjoying my singleness, but if someone came along, like, heck yeah, I don't see why not. And I'm open to meeting new people as well. And so trying to find that balance, I guess. And also, it's like what I'm looking for is very specific. Like, I'm not just looking for like just any random guy on the street. Being that I am a follower of Jesus, I would love for, not even love, but I require that the person that I'm going to be with is going to be someone who is a follower of Jesus as well and is living that out. Like, and so I do have certain specifics which narrows the dating pool and makes it even harder than it already is. Because literally dating right now is like, it's already hard as it is. But then like adding like, okay, he needs to be a follower of Christ in the mix. And not just, oh yeah, I'm a follower of Christ. Like, exhibit B that we saw over here. But I'm talking about like, this man needs to be living it out, because look, one of my goals in this life, is to glorify God and like, to expand his kingdom. And so I need somebody who's going to do that with me, and it's not going to be games and vibes, And so, but ultimately in all that, like, I still trust God. I still trust that he's making a way out of the wilderness, and I'm not discouraged by what the dating scene looks like. But I'm kind of wrestling, like, do I just kind of chill out right now, and just kind of vibe and enjoy this like post-grad life, early 20s, or like, and I guess I can still do that and meet people, but yeah, y'all get the gist. It's a lot. But anyways, say all that to say, y'all, thank you so much for joining me on this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. And if you watch all the way to the end, thank you. I sincerely thank you. I'm so excited to be doing this, y'all. Like, it's just so cool. And I pray and I hope that you guys will get something out of this that's even bigger than me. And so, like, I hope this podcast can be a source of just relief and hope and comfort and joy and laughter and happiness for you in the future. I'm sorry for the lighting mess ups and all that good jazz. Things will definitely get better as time goes on, but thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for just listening in on the very first episode of Chats with Chizzie, and there's many more to come. I don't know what my sign off is gonna be, but there is something that I always say. What is it? Why am I literally forgetting what I always say? It's oh yeah. It's peace, love, and all the above. See y'all later. Bye.